I've been around Twitter, and I've seen Mikel Arteta saying he understands and he can speak Italian quite directly somehow. You know how Twitter things are quite directly linked to the Manuel Locatelli deal. But I'm not here to talk about Manuel Locatelli. A bid has been put in and confirmed by Swallow. I talked about that in the morning, so make sure you check out that story. Make sure you do check out my second channel, Cossy's Arsenal podcast. Jadon Sancho signed for Manchester United. Yesterday, deal agreed. Everything was agreed yesterday, so a lot of content is gonna be up there. And of course, we'll be reacting to Arsenal new signings and their skills on that channel. I've taken away that program from this channel, so if you want to see what I think about the skills of our new signings and players that have been linked with a move to Arsenal, let us do that on 90 more. I'm not really gonna use people's content on this channel anymore, so this is gonna be purely our content. The live streams are back this month, so instead of the welcome to Arsenal videos, we will be doing the live streams. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Cossy. It is the mid-morning show, and we're gonna speak about the next moves, the next signings that Arsenal are focusing on after Albert Sambi Lokonga and Nuno Tavares. And the next two moves is Aaron Ramsdale. It's ridiculous. I don't like that signing, really. And I will dive into that a little bit, in depth. Why I do not like Aaron Ramsdale. Why I think it's a ridiculous move. But he's a goalkeeper with Sheffield United. I know you know him. He's been called up by Southgate, and he's now with England squad in the Euros. I mean, and his price has ridiculously gone up, up to £35 million. But we shall discuss that as well. And Ben White as well. Talks are progressing over the deal, over the structure of the deal. That is what we are talking about, over the structure of the deal. So guys, make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe, and make sure you check out OneXBet. They're our sponsors, so make sure you check them out. They've always done us so much good in terms of betting. So if you do like betting, if you want to earn extra cash, please check out OneXBet. Link is in the video description. They'll bring you the latest in terms of sport, and you will bet on every game. They'll pay you your money. Use promo code Cossy Media. You could win up to $130 and even up to 200% in bonuses on your first deposit. So let us get into it. Like I said, I was just looking at that Twitter clip of Mikel Arteta saying how he understands Italian, and it was linked to Manuel Locatelli. But news coming in, I've seen a couple of reports saying that Arsenal are now becoming more confident on getting Manuel Locatelli. I'm not really sure about that deal. Like I said, the first story we did, it was official from Sassuolo that the player is that Arsenal put in an official bid for the player, and that's the reason as to why I did that story, because it was official from Sassuolo. Now the rest of the stories, Arsenal confident. I'm not so confident about that deal, and I really do not want to disappoint you guys by doing the Manuel Locatelli deal, and then it eventually never comes through. So let us look at Ben White and a couple of other Arsenal next targets. The Mail say Arsenal are close to finalizing a deal for Albert Sambi Lokonga, having raised their bid to around 18 million euros, including add-ons. Are continuing. This is where we need the focus, and are continuing discussions with Brighton over a £55 million deal for Ben White. Brighton are maintaining their stance of wanting 50 million in guaranteed payments. It doesn't get harder than that, does it? Really doesn't get harder than that. And let us continue. This is almost the same. They've been saying that talks between both clubs are continuing over the structure of the deal, and England international White is keen to make the move to Arsenal, as per Gadget, as per Cossy Media. So guys, this is a deal that I think is just in the pipeline because of the Euros. Honestly, let us be honest. I think it was last week when we were speaking about Ben White, and I said I think White will sign for Arsenal. There is no question about that. Yesterday I was reading an interview from one of the Brighton journalists, and what he was saying is Arsenal have everything it takes to sign Ben White. They've got everything it takes to sign Ben White. The only thing blocking this deal probably is the structure of the payment, and we're gonna speak about that, and also the Euros, because apparently Southgate has come out and told his players, including Aaron Ramsdale. We shall talk about that in a minute when we reach the part where we talk about Aaron Ramsdale. But he's told his players, you know what? Let us concentrate on the Euros first, and then after July the 11th, which is just 10 days away, you will do your transfers. You will talk about your personal, movements from one club to another. At the moment, let us focus on the English Lions. Let us first win the Euros. I don't know whether England will win the Euros. So the Ben White deal, I know talks are progressing and everything is okay. And why I say it's the Euros that are blocking this deal, you've not had any negative story coming out of the walls ever since we had that 45 plus add-ons bid. You've not had any negative story. So I think what journalists are trying to do is trying to keep this deal alive, trying to make sure that, because Arsenal at the moment, we are focusing on 4 players at the moment. 4 players. It is White, it is Lokonga, it is Nuno Tavares, and Aaron Ramsdale. Those are the 4 players that I can confirm Arsenal's focus is there. So with Ben White, we just news coming in. It's just a replica of what we have seen last week. Arsenal, putting their bid is it's been accepted. The structure. Talking about the structure of this deal, I think what Brighton want is give us £50 million in guaranteed payments. It's not quit. It is guaranteed payments. Whether the player does well or doesn't do well at your club, it doesn't concern us. Give us our money. So that's what they want. They want 50 million euros in guaranteed payments, and then they also want some add-ons. That is a little bit ridiculous, because in the first Arsenal proposal, which Brighton were like, yeah, it's fine. It was 45 million pounds guaranteed payments, and then another 5 million pounds in add-ons, which could be around 50 million euros. I don't think that valuation is gonna change. I don't think the fact that 50 million pounds is in guaranteed payments, which is only which only has a difference of 5 million pounds, because Arsenal are looking at 45 million pounds and Brighton are looking at 5 million pounds, which will eventually become 50 million euros, 50 million pounds with add-ons. I don't think that will block the deal. Either Brighton are trying to leave the door open for the likes of United, because United are looking for a centre back, and they know United can give them 50 million pounds, in guaranteed payments, and they could give them 30 million pounds quid or 25 million pounds quid, which Arsenal might not do. Arsenal could give you around 15 million pounds quid, and then the rest of the money, comes in an agreed payment structure, which would be kind of installment. So look, I don't think this deal is gonna be written off 100%. Ben White will become an Arsenal player. It is 100%. The only thing we have to focus on in this deal is when do the Euros end and what happens after the Euros, because you have not seen anything like personal terms or the agent of Brighton coming out to push in to inject negative energy on the table. Everything is progressing well. What Arsenal and Brighton do not want to agree on is give me 50 million pounds in guaranteed payments, whether the player works for you or he doesn't work for you. Give me that. Arsenal is saying, you know what? Can I give you 45 million pounds? I'll give you another 5 million pounds in add-ons. And the more the player takes, the more the player, spends more time in the Euros, the bigger the price. Honestly, and you know how English players are. Yesterday was it the ESPN, I think it was Jan H. Froger, who was saying that the Jadon Sancho deals and all English deals, they come with that, extra payment. So the extra payment for Ben White comes in with the Euros. Honestly, it comes in the Euros. Imagine if it was Ben White playing for that, playing 3 games in a row in the group stages for England, he would be 90 million pounds. He would be 90 million pounds. So his call-up raises concerns over his price, but I think Arsenal will get the deal done. That is confirmed. Arsenal will get the deal done. So away from that, now this one. Okay. Arsenal also want Sheffield United keeper Aaron Ramsdale plus another 2 and Aaron Ramsdale plus a further 2 signings as they look for an attacking midfielder and a striker. So Aaron Ramsdale, of course, we've been looking. We have to get a goalkeeper in. There's no question about that. We've got to get in a goalkeeper. We need a backup goalkeeper. Ramsdale, 35 million pounds for a goalkeeper to be our backup goalkeeper. For me, I don't see Arsenal do that. And I'm very confident. I'm still very confident this is never gonna happen, and I don't want it to happen. Honestly, there is no way. We have priorities in the right back. We have priorities in that central midfield. We have priorities in that attacking midfield, area. And you're spending 30+ million on a backup goalkeeper. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I really don't understand what is so special around Aaron Ramsdale. But what I know is, as soon as he got that England call up, when I think it was Dean Henderson, who was injured, and Aaron Ramsdale got that call up, done deal, prices raised. But I don't think. He's a young goalkeeper. Probably you could have him at Arsenal for 5 years, 10 years. If you want, you could develop him and sell him, for a bigger fee if you want to do that. But at the moment, with the cash we have and with the problems we have, he is not a priority for me. He's not a priority. Let us be honest. He's not a priority. Not a priority. I would go for a cheaper, a cheaper version. Probably, I don't understand what happened with the Andre Onana deal, because now reports are coming out that even Arsenal have never tabled a formal bid to Ajax. We've been in negotiations with the club, we've been in negotiations with Onana, but we have never tabled, a formal bid to Ajax. And what is happening at the moment, as reported by Romano, we've been in talks with this, for Onana since January. What is going so wrong? That's the question. Why? What is it we are doing so wrong in this deal? Why doesn't it get over the line? It's a big question. But I think Ramsdale is not a good deal for us. No, Ben White on the other side, with William Saliba really unsettled. I think White would be a nice replacement. My name is Cossy. That is the mid-morning show, the mid-morning update. If you want to know anything in the comment box, let me know of your stories. Like I said, we're gonna be reacting to skills of new signings and players linked to us, no? But that will be on 90 more. So make sure you subscribe to that channel. 90 more in the description. I'm gonna upload Lacotelli skills. I'm gonna upload Ben White skills. I'm gonna upload many skills of players. I won't risk this channel. Let us do the reactions on the on that channel. Actually, I want to make it more of a diverse channel, so we'll have previews, we'll have so many things there. Make sure you do subscribe to that, to that channel, and hit the like button on this video.